So last night there was a second presidential debate. I was on the Insomnist. I was gonna break down the debate, but I'll be honest with you, I was too drunk. I couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't do it. It wasn't even possible. But Trump said something about the Mexican cartels and coyotes. Here, check this out.
Mr. President, your administration separated children from their parents at the border, at least 4,000 kids. You've since reversed your zero tolerance policy, but the United States can't locate the parents of more than 500 children. So how will these families ever be reunited?
Children are brought here by coyotes and lots of bad people, cartels, and they're brought here and they used to use them to get into our country.
And then blue checkmark Twitter. I've told y'all a bunch of times, never bet against how stupid the American public is. Legit. They sat here and said these things. And then continued on to say more of these things. And even David Hall got in on the action. Apparently, the left wing thinks that coyotes are the type that chase roadrunners. But just in case y'all don't know, here's some examples of coyotes in movies and some actual coyotes in real life, which are Mexican drug cartels. They're the money smugglers, contraband smugglers, drug smugglers, human traffickers, right? They get paid to take things over the border. They call them coyotes because in Mexico and in Aztec cultural and mythical ideologies, the coyote is a sacred animal that's considered like the trickster. He's one of the smartest animals in the desert, one of the smartest animals in the animal kingdom when it comes down to it. They're actually extremely adaptable. They live inside of cities like New York, right, and Chicago and Detroit and LA and here, right? They're found in almost every part of this country. They're highly adaptable. Every time you kill one, they produce like 10 more of them. They're an amazing animal. All right. And that's why the Mexicans call these individuals coyotes. It's been this way probably since the 1880s. They've had these individuals. They were trackers. They were individuals who would be smugglers. They were people who did things outside of the law. They're them type of individuals when it comes down to it. Right. But here, check this stuff out.
Where you coming from, Nick?
Fishing in Cuernavaca?
I'm sure you were. What do you say we take a look at your catch, huh? Come on. Oh, me, I would have thrown him back. Bájanse todos. Formen una línea aquí, por favor.
No te puedo decir exactamente cuántas casas hay, pero de muchas casas de seguridad, las cuales a veces uno no sabe cuál es casa de seguridad y cuál no, porque las tienen muy ocultas, muy disfrazadas, se dice. pero sí, hay muchísimas casas de seguridad.
Soy una persona que le está introduciendo gente ilegal. Entonces, para América, yo soy una persona peligrosa, o que estoy cometiendo algún delito. Pero, pues, es un trabajo, es un trabajo.
Well, the problem is that anytime you have government involved in anything, where you're going to say, all right, this is the process in which you come into this country legally, right? You get paperwork, go through the visa process and all the things that go with it. And you come in, you go to work and you pay taxes and you have a legal life. Bureaucracy takes time to work, and these individuals are hungry in Mexico and dealing with drug cartels and things of this nature, and they feel as though they should just be able to walk over the border. Well, the problem is that, number one, Mexico has to fix itself. It has to have the opportunity to be able to fix itself, and in order to do that, the people have to be willing to stay there and revolt. If they're able just to run away rather than revolt and fix their country, it makes life worse for everybody on all sides of that border. All right, whether it's us, whether it's Mexico, whether it's Guatemala and Honduras and all those countries down below it, right? All of these countries are worse because of the fact that Mexico's government is unstable, because it literally uses the American border as a relief valve when individuals are gonna have a revolt and get that upset and change governments. So that's really what this is actually about. You know what I mean? This is about oligarchs in Mexico maintaining control, and it harms American citizens because anytime you have when I was in science class and I was a kid, they taught us about the food web, right? And basically what it is you have, grass, and then you have individuals that eat the grass, and then you have, insects that eat the grass, and you have birds that eat those insects, and then, you have, hawks that eat those birds, and then you have coyotes and wolves who eat those hawks, right? And, then you have, whatever above them, right? Bears and humans and all this type of things, right? But it's a giant food web, and if you pick up one part of it, right, the rest of it kind of gets destroyed, and it drags the rest of it into an issue. And this is the problem with the job economy as well, with the economy and, just jobs and pay as a whole. If you continue adding more people into the low wage jobs, it ends up dragging down the entire economy, because eventually these people leak out and doing the construction. They go into roofing, they go into landscaping, they go into plumbing, they go into HVAC work, they go into car fixing, and you keep dragging down the wages of all these blue collar workers to the point where now, individuals who are white collar workers are being affected, because the individuals who used to do the blue collar work are now trying to do white collar work, and so their job market's flooded. It destroys everything the whole way up the food chain. So that's really where we are as a whole, and that's why you have to have border limits, and that's why you can't just say, oh man, these individuals here should just be able to do whatever they want. And I understand the leftist ideology, like I get you, I'm a freedom loving individual myself, but on the same point, one day you're going to have kids, and I have kids now, and my kids are going to have to go into a job market where they have to compete against more and more and more international people. And it's not fair, legit, because all of us don't have any jobs to begin with. It's real hard to make a dollar these days. And on top of that, the cost of housing continues to go up because these individuals go into neighborhoods and they take over whole neighborhoods, and they push, the original native population out. It is what it is. Anyway, look, I'm Tom Peace from Pnoid News. You know the deal. Leftists are fucking retarded. Peace, man.